Okay, my stream stopped streaming and I'm not sure why, but it seems to have restarted okay. Anyway, as I was saying, what makes retro mode different from regular is, to start with, if you look in the status bar up here, the arrows are missing, however keys are shown. Arrows and keys are the big changes between retro and normal. Arrows, your bow, like in the original Legend of Zelda, is fueled by rupees. You need to find the bow, buy a quiver somewhere, which will be in some of the shops, and then each arrow you fire will cost rupees. To compensate for that, arrow drops will be turned into rupee drops, so it will be easier to get money than usual. But it's an extra complication. Okay, that's just a house. Keys, similarly, like in the original Legend of Zelda, instead of being tied to a specific dungeon, any small key will work in any dungeon. So they will show in your status bar wherever you are, because they are shared across dungeons. There are fewer of them in the pool than usual, but you can also buy more in some shops. One other change that the retro mode makes, which is why I'm checking in the random caves and houses, is that some of the single entrance houses, well, here's one right now. Some of the single entrance houses and caves that normally have nothing important in them will instead have a choice of a heart container or a blue potion. For the blue potion, you do need to have an empty bottle to put it in, and the heart containers cannot take you above your normal maximum. So there are still the usual 20 total heart containers in the item pool. These are in addition to that and cannot take you over 20 total. But they are extras to get you up without having to collect all the heart pieces and scattered heart containers and whatever else. In addition, there's another cave similar to those that will be added somewhere in a house or cave that has a single entrance and is not otherwise important, that will have one of the 4 sword upgrades in it. This can potentially be required. I saw a race once where it was a retro mode and one of the runners was not familiar with retro, and it turned out the siege required you to defeat Agahnim to get access to the Dark World. However, you needed to find the hidden sword upgrade to get the Master Sword to get into Aghanim's tower. So you had this poor player who had checked everything they could think of to possibly check, could not find any progression, because progression was through Aghanim and with that extra sword. Well, not extra. The moved sword. There's a flute, that's very handy. I'm hoping to find some bombs in here. If not, I'll buy some and drop back in. Okay, so I cannot check that last item until I get some bombs. Don't quite have enough money to buy from the bottle merchant. Okay, this house is just a house. Chicken hut, I can't do without bombs. Let's check the shop. Okay, so this one does not have keys or a quiver. I will need to check other shops to see if I can find one that does. Extra keys may not be important. There are already more keys in the game than you need, especially with dungeons like Misery Mire. Okay, that was a green 20. Normally that means it substitutes for something that was removed from the item pool. So I'm guessing that would have been arrows normally. Can't do Sick Kid without a bottle. There's our mushroom. That's another fetch quest. Here. That's just that guy. I wonder if the front of the cavern counts as the unimportant entrance. It might or might not. I can't tell. This hut might. And even if it doesn't, it has extra bombs. Okay, rat's giving us money. But also hearts. So, I'm not sure what prize pack they're on. Yeah, different enemies have different sets of items they can drop, and the randomizer shuffles the sets around with each other. So, you have a group of enemies that all normally drop hearts. In a randomized game, they might all normally drop bombs, but they'll all drop the same things as each other. This is our heart container. Nice to get early on. It's not progression, but it is something. Let's remember to activate the flute while I'm here. And then internally, the flute actually changes to a different item when you do that. The inactive flute and the active flute are internally two separate items. But they have the same icon in your menu, so they look like the same thing. And other than actually calling the bird, they do the same thing. Okay, so this is not an unimportant location, so it will always be this. Bombs. I should have come here first, but there was no way of knowing. More bombs. Alright. So I could do the bottle merchant now. And it's a scam. That happens fairly often, but it's also not that uncommon for him to have something useful, so it's worth checking. That's just a house. So that's everything in Kakariko proper except Sick Kid. See what's in the library. Armor. That will be worth coming back for when I get the boots. Assuming I do get the boots. They may not be required. And if they're not required, they could be in a very out-of-the-way place. That's just the treasure game as usual. Okay, that's just money. So... find food away. Let's check desert first and go east from here. I can't actually get into the dungeon, of course, because I don't have the book. But we can check this guy. Yeah, I normally hear people call him Agina, or Agina. But having read the Japanese text and translated at some point... Also, his text is modified for the randomizer. But as I was saying, having read the Japanese text... Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, Japanese text, his name is Agina. So, it should be Agina. Not Agina. It's a soft G. But no matter. He's pretty unimportant regardless. Not sure if fairies count as unimportant or not, so I think the game's definition of unimportant as far as placing things is that there are no uh, randomized item locations in there. So fairies would count, the ruby caves would count, even though people do use them for farming money. Yep. So that's 2 of the pick any caves. I think there are 4 of them plus the one with the sword. I was going to go to the northeast, but let's do this first. And this is considerably more animated than you'll usually see the bunny sprite being. As the bunny sprite is normally only used in the Dark World and has a very limited animation set. Wait, why did I do that? I want the chest, not the cover. Yeah, the normal bunny sprite is used when you're in the Dark World without the Moon Pearl. Ooh, Titansmiths. And seeing as you can do very little when you're in that state, the bunny sprite has a very limited animation set. I think it's just a 2-frame walk in each direction, and that's it. No special sprites for picking things up, or pushing things, or grabbing things, or falling, or any of that other stuff, because normally you can't as a bunny. But this is a modified version of the sprite based on the normal Link graphics, so it can do everything the normal Link can do. You can grab stuff, you can pull on them, you can swing your sword that I don't have yet. The walk is more than 2 frames. I'm not sure exactly how many it is. 3 or 4 probably. This will be kind of a pain with just spawns, but it's doable. Actually, can I stun them? No. It helps if I don't fall in the hole. I was going to get that rupee, but 20. Didn't work out. There's the bug catching net. Another heart. There's a ramp that will come in handy at times. Yeah, while I'm in the area, I'll check out the... Well, no, there's no real point in doing this without the Moon Pearl. I was going to say I would check the Meyer shed, but I can't actually open things as a bunny. Or whatever the bunny becomes instead of a bunny. Getting ahead of myself. I don't think the mitts actually open up anything at this point without having Moon Pearl. I think I saw the standard stun prize, which is just green rupees for killing stunned enemies. I'm going to need more bombs soon. Okay, that's nothing. I'm going to take care not to get hit by these crowds because they do 2 hearts of damage when you're on green mail. This is just money. I'll take it, but I'm hoping for a sword. Okay, and in here we have a bow, which I cannot use now because I don't have a quiver. Normally you would be able to use that right away, assuming you have arrows, but arrows don't exist in Retro as a distinct item. So I'm going to go over here and check another shop. Check the shop and also check the fortune tower side to see if that's take any. Okay, just a standard shop, nothing special. There's a bit of health. Yep, that's just the fortune tower. Yep, that's over to Eastern. And the magic is nice, but I don't actually have anything to use it with yet. Unless you count the lamp, but the lamp is useless in combat. Might as well get the healing. Again, I'm hoping for a sword. I think there was another cave by the 5 spot. Yes. And I think this is normally fairies. Oh, it's another take any. I'm doing pretty good on health anyway, but I still need a weapon. Yeah, there's just nothing over there. Still have a bomb. Green pendant is in Dark Palace. That's a lot of health in one place, but it's not progression. So check the chests I can get to in here. You can't finish the dungeon without a bow. Oh, I have the bow, but I need to be able to use it. And because this is retro, I can't use it without a quiver. Yeah, we have the Dark World dungeon music because this is a crystal dungeon. As you can also tell by the C at top left. Yeah, other than retro, I am using the default settings, so that means dungeon items are not shuffled outside of the dungeons. The map, compass, and big key of Eastern Palace will be in Eastern Palace. I'm not sure about keys that would normally be in chests. I don't think Eastern has any of those to begin with. But for dungeons that do, I'm not sure if they get shuffled everywhere or if there's just in the dungeon itself. Because the key functionality is universal, but that doesn't mean their placement is. Boots. That's nice to get. It would be nicer with a sword, because then I could dash through things instead of running into them at high speed. But it still lets you get around faster, and opens up a few more things. There's the Book of Medora. That will open up Desert Palace. Okay. So Purple Chest has a piece of heart. The pots that would normally have arrows have rupees instead. Did I get the big key yet? No. So the big key has to be in its standard location. Vanilla. Fortunately, with the lamp, this is easy. It's not too bad even without the lab, unless enemies are shuffled, in which case there could be anything in here. Okay, so I now have a key. This is, of course, intended to be used here. But I could have taken that key out of the dungeon and used it in any dungeon, because that's how Retro works. So that's a lot faster than killing everything. Get a little health back. Yeah, and I can open the big chest, but that's as much as I can do here without the quiver. Okay. But with the boots, I can check a few more things. So let's start with Bonk Rocks. Also, both because of the gloves and lamp and the flute, I can go up the mountain anytime I want, but there's not too much you can do there without hammer, mirror, or hookshot. So I'm putting that off for now. Here's a sword. Like that. I'm trying to remember where else there are shops. I will absolutely come get that armor. And here's another thing you don't normally see. Bunny in clothes other than green tunic. While I'm in the area. Wrong item. There's some bombs. But no, what I was thinking of was the other Bonk Rocks that are normally useless because fairies. Well, not quite useless, but not worth going out of your way to come to. But because this is retro, there could be an extra heart container or even a sword in here. And there it is. The Master Sword. In a random cave behind Link's house. Yeah, I can go into desert. I should have everything I need to clear it. Yeah, gloves to get into the back, light source to light the lamps, sword to kill things, boots if needed to bash things open, or knock the thing off the torch. Ledge is useless with a single rupee. That was interesting. Not quite sure what they're going for. Compass. Big key. So this is required, which means boots are required. But you'll notice I have not found a small key, which you would normally have to find. However, Retro does take some keys out of the item pool and expects you to either bring extra from other dungeons or buy some. That said, I have not yet found a shop that will let me buy keys. Get this guy out of the way. And yeah, without the quiver to use the bow, it looks like sword is the most effective weapon I have for these. That's neat. I think this might be the boss that takes less damage from Master Sword swipes than from Fighter Sword. It's either them or Armors. I forget which. Anyway. Pretty quick and easy boss, if you have any sword. And that's one crystal at about half an hour in. Well, less than that, because I was going through the intro scroll for a while. But no progression. Let's do the mushroom turn-in. Try to remember where other shops are. Unless this is one of the shops that can have the... Yeah, it looks like this shop is just the shop. I could head over to Zora, but I can't actually buy what he has. So all that would let me do is check what's on the ledge. Are any other caves up here? Oh, right, I can do back of escape. Heck, I can do front of escape. did that guy just come back to life? Okay, this cave is not single entrance, so it won't... I can do this too. Yeah, you need the boots to hit that, but you don't actually need to bash into it. You can just kind of... yeah. What I did, where you put your sword out and kind of press the A button while nudging against it. Anyway. Back of escape. I don't remember there being rupees in the... or hearts in the rupee pool. But there's the moon pearl. Like I said, I don't remember there being hearts in the rupee pool, so I think that may be the arrow pool, with the arrows turned into rupees. There we go. I will go ahead and kill the rats for some extra money. Well, in theory. They don't necessarily drop anything. But when they do, it's a pretty good amount of money. Anyway, this gets us back to the Dark Cross location. And that's just cash. So yeah, it's the front of escape. Agahnim is also in logic with Master Sword and Lamb, but there's no point in going there because I do have Dark World access regardless. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. Because of Retro, the keys in there could be useful. Didn't wait quite long enough. And that is not a key, but a heart container. So, yes, Retro does not change things around as much as Keysanity, but it can mess around with the keys. And chests that would normally be keys. So that's just one more thing to watch out for. Yeah, all this magic and still nothing to use it on. If you get him pinned against the north wall, you can get inside of the mace swings. Did I ever put a checkpoint rocks? I think so. Yeah. So let's go up the mountain, and if that doesn't turn up anything, head to the Dark World. So please give me another continue point. Yeah, I have had some trouble with this cave trying to do it in the dark, but with a lamp it's for real. There's the magic cave. See what's on Spectacle Rock, and inside. But without mirror or hookshot, there's really nothing else I can do here. There's a bottle up there. That would be nice, but I need to be able to get to it first. And there's a key. Okay, so keys can appear outside of dungeons. That's what I wasn't sure of. And I don't think there are any other single entrance caves up here, so... Actually, I have flute, so I could just flute away. Oh, now I can do Mire Shed. I'd prefer to wait until I have mirrors so I could also do Checkerboard Cave at the same time. But this is a quick check. Need ether? And just some cash. But that does give me enough money to do Zora. Check, I think there was a cave over here. Yep. But nothing of importance. Yeah, without the hammer, my Dark World access is strictly from the Kakariko portal. The shop... No, the shop there is in the Dark World. Yeah, that pile of rocks always has a bomb underneath it, so if you have the boots, that's a free bomb. And I might as well check the front of Skullwoods. Can't get to the back without the fire rod. A quick map check. Okay. Turtle Rock is a pendant, so I probably will not need to do that, which is nice. Though it may have progression items. Battles of Darkness Samurai is a pendant, but it's the green pendant, which means that's one more item than it would be otherwise. Those angry eyebrows. That's just the map. Let's see what the bunny's sprite is. Okay, it's like a bunny onesie. That's a little disappointing. I was hoping for something somewhat more clever. Okay, this will be a key. And especially in Retro, you take keys when you get them easily. But only the head of the fire snake is solid, so I could have dashed right through the middle of it there. So I want to drop in here. So I'll only need to use one key getting out. Yeah, you start with the room to the north, then come back down and go east. Because this door does not close behind you, but the one to the east does. Bombs. I really should be keeping track of items in here, but... no, with Retro that complicates it because the keys could be replaced with items. Big key. There's a hammer. So that opens up a lot of stuff. Let's try to... I think that's right. There we go. And there's a Temperance Sword, so that's pretty much all I'll need for offense. Can I bomb jump back? Yep. Okay, I feel like I'm getting a little more comfortable with bomb jumps. The backing into it with a spin is, if you release the spin, it will help keep you from falling in the hole. I think this counts as an unimportant single entrance. But we just got the standard fortune teller. And check Bumper Ledge. I think there's a shop up here where the lumberjacks are in the light roll. Bumper Ledge is just money. Okay, here's our quiver and keys. So now I know where I can get keys. Or at least one place. Bow is now usable. And yeah, I can't really do anything else out this way without the mirror. And West Dark Sanctuary is a take-all. Or take-one. Might as well check it. Nope. I think I've found 3 of them already. And I'm pretty sure there are at most 4. And I'm pretty good on health, so it's not really a important concern. Let's just check within this shop. Okay, arrow and keys. Might as well get a few extra. And remember to check the right side of desert when I'm back in the area. There's a nice refund. Okay, this is the standard shop. With the shield for what's that's worth. Which is not much. More money. Yeah, I might want to go check out Zora at some point. So, ideally, I want to get the mirror first and do that with Catfish. But ideal is not always possible. For all I know, the mirror might be at Zora. Yeah, I have everything I need to full clear this, so might as well go ahead and do it. Alright, I want to go right here. Yeah, that's plenty of health. Got a bit lucky there. No keys on that side. And on to the basement. Sword beams are using their usual thing where they get hit. Yeah. The enemies take sword beam damage instead of getting hit by the slash itself. If you're unlucky. It's something they could have designed more carefully. Yeah, their one got killed by the slash, the other one got hit by the beams instead and survived. Take this in here, get the last chest. It's another heart container. So I'm up to 15 hearts with blue mail. That should be more than enough health. Unless I get really careless. Still looking for some extra things to finish the game, though. I'm going to need the fire rod. I'm going to need at least ether. Mess that up a little bit. With this much health, blind is easy. I will probably not need the ice rod because Turtle Rock is a pendant, and you don't technically need the pendants to finish the game, unless there's something on the pedestal. And ice rod is only required to beat Trinex. Okay, so that's 2 crystals. Is there anything else to do in town? There's hammer pegs. Yeah, item dashing is something that you can only do in the Japanese 1.0 version of the ROM, and modifications based on it, like the randomizer. Basically, you press the item button, Y, and the dash button, A, on the same frame, and you'll dash and use the item at the same time, which for the hammer means running over rows of pegs. As long as you have a sword. For some reason, if you don't have a sword, you just bounce off of it. There's probably an explanation for that. I'm not quite sure what it is. Do the dig game first, then come back for him. But you cannot do the digging game when someone is following you. And the prize is just a green rupee. I'm guessing they wouldn't interrupt the arrow minigame because people do use this for farming money. I'm not exactly sure how the rules work for the Take Any caves. And since I don't have the mirror, I can't just mirror back to the light world and take him to his partner right away, so we'll go on a little world tour. There's a key. It's not too exciting, but I'll take it. Yep. And that one got hit by the sword itself, even though it looked like the beam should have hit it. That's just the fairy cave it normally is. Can't go into Swamp Palace without the mirror, but I can do Hype Cave. Okay, piece of heart. Money. Full container. Money. And ether. That was the key to opening Myra, wasn't it? So that will be required. So not super hype, but not bad. The heck, let's go up to Catfish. Pyramid first, but then Catfish. Looks like the Hinox didn't spawn. Okay, just money. So Bunny is not a bad thing, especially with the Rupee Bow, but it's not particularly exciting. Nothing important there. This is a key. Okay. I'll take it. Still don't have a bottle, so I can't check Sick Kid. Alright, have to go out, come back in. I should know this. And a key. Okay. What else can I do? I could take a look in Pod. It is a pendant, but Pendant Pod has progression fairly often. Just recheck this. Okay, yeah, Turtle Rock I can't get to yet. Skull Woods I need the Fire Rod. Ice Palace I need to swim. Swamp Palace I need the Mirror. Mire I can start, but I need the cane to finish it. I could go finish Eastern too. Can't get to Tower of Hero without Hookshot or Mirror. Alright. Let's go into the Monkey Temple. Their face masks will protect you from them from your sword, but not from throwing pots in the face. Big key. Going to need the bow coming up. Check the hint. That's not terribly meaningful. As you can see, each time I fire an arrow, it looks like 10 rupees. So you do need to be careful of your wallet. Although less so if I keep getting 300s. Okay, those are down. There, fell in the hole. Now, if I knew how to hammer jump, that would come in handy here for saving a key, but I don't, so I'm not even going to try it. Basically, if you set up a bomb jump in exactly the right spot there, it can knock you into the railing around the chest and let you get to it from this side without going through the locked door. Compass. But yeah, the hammer jump is, I think it's pixel perfect both in where you place the bomb and where you place yourself. And I don't know either of those placements. So, yeah, you put a bomb somewhere around here, push yourself somewhere around here, you get pushed sideways just far enough to clip into the railing, and they can just step up to get here. It's one of those weird little tricks that doesn't look like it should be possible. Turns out there are quite a few of those. The rails are considerably thinner than they look. I think the actual obstruction is only 1 pixel wide. Bombos. Probably won't need that, but it couldn't hurt to have. There's red mail. Not required, but nice to have. Map. Careless there. As long as I'm here, I might as well finish the dungeon. That was kind of a waste of a key. But the thing is, you can't tell until you check. Don't have the cane, so I have to do this the hard way. Not that it's that hard. And this, of course, hard requires a bow in any game mode. Well, I suppose that's not quite true. I think if you're allowing significant glitching, then there are ways around it. But normally, that's unavoidable. Sword beam's getting in the way again. Alright, Helmasaur King just ahead. Of course, a hammer directly to an upside-down turtle will take it out in one shot. But if you don't quite hit, it knocks them back right side up. So, it pays to be careful. There we go. Nice and easy. Shovel. So there might be something in the dig spot. Couldn't hurt to go check. When you have quick swap on, it's L and R buttons to switch between items, and if you press both at once, it will toggle between different items on the same slot, like the flute and flute and shovel. Different bottles if you have multiple bottles. I haven't even found one. Well, I found one, but I can't get to it because it's on Spectacle Rock. And to get to Spectacle Rock, you need the mirror, which I have not found. Mirror will be required because of Swamp Palace. Shovel definitely required. Alright. Before I go into Mire, let's check the other chests in Desert now that I have an extra key. And yes, you can cut that short and miss the final frame of animation. Anyway, there are two chests over here. First one has 20 rupees. And the second has the ice rod. Probably not required, but it couldn't hurt to have it. It is at least nice against certain bosses. Although one of them was Landmos, which are already dead. No point in setting up spooky actions, even if I remembered how to do it properly, because I don't have the fire rod. Okay, ether. So that's Vanilla Myra entrance. And to get into the dungeon proper, you can use either the hook shot to grab onto the block, or the boots. There we go. The easiest way is to start by facing up and then press left as you're beginning the dash. Here's a room where it would help to have sword beams, because that will kill rose orbs. What was I looking for? Alright, the key. I need a key to get in there. There's one guaranteed in the pot over here. Money. Mire is normally a key-rich dungeon, but because of Retro, the keys are shuffled everywhere, and there are fewer of them total than usual. So there's no telling what the key situation is going to be. Alright, I need this switched for that. Also, I feel like maybe I'm being a little too cavalier about health. We'll see. Don't have powder. Right. There's the big key. But I should probably still go check cutscene chest just in case there's something important up there. So I am still looking for items. That, of course, is easier with a fire rod. It's just the map. Just bomb some magic. Might as well grab the magic refill. Although there's another one right here. Or here. I knew it was one of those. That's a lot faster if you have the fire rod. And that was the cutscene for which cutscene chest is named. You can't even see what's happening, so it's extraordinarily dull. Just the compass there, so that was a waste of time. But again, I had no way of knowing that. Right, now to check the big chests, and also the one up there, which I think was the map chest. There's the hookshot. So it's a good thing I checked that, because the hookshot will be required. And even immediately, it opens up more stuff on the Death Mountain. Where was I looking? I think the teleport I wanted was over here. There's a faster way to get to the boss room if you will spend an extra key. But I don't have any extra keys to spend. I'm trying to think about it. There's another one on the ground in one of these rooms, but I can't remember where exactly. So I'm not going to worry about it. I can always buy more keys if I need them. Probably should have grabbed that heart. a bit low on health, but plenty of magic, and I have some invulnerability items, so this should work out just fine. Although that was not friendly. So what I'm going to do is whip out the cape and just go nuts. Also remember the sword's hit spot is a bit in front of me. Right, yes, you can hurt this prematurely with the sword when it sticks out of the slime. And at this point, arrows. Yep. Sword really did a number on it. I think it's normally 8 arrows to finish that off. Okay, so is that the 3rd or 4th crystal? I'll check in a minute. Yeah, 3rd, because I did 4 dungeons, but one of them was pod, and that was a pendant. Speaking of which, I think that was the green pendant. So, or was Turtle Rock green? Nope, that was green. So let's go see what that was, and also finish Eastern. And green pendant gets us a bit of pocket change. Alright. So the boss of pod, kind of a wash, but there's some decent stuff in the dungeon itself. I don't think any of it was required, but it doesn't hurt to have more armor. Yeah, you could hardly ask to be better in terms of survivability in a randomizer. 17 hearts and red mail. And half magic, and an invulnerability item. Some bottles would be nice, especially since that would let me check Sick Kid. But they're probably not necessary. I will have to find the mirror eventually, though, because of Swamp Palace, and as soon as I do, I can get the bottle on Spectacle Rock. Yeah, you can just one-shot those with the Tempered Sword. No need to use arrows yet. Although one advantage of Retro is that your ammunition is limited only by how much money you have. So you don't really have to worry about running out of arrows unless you're short on cash. Forgot to charge the spin. There we go. Yeah, don't have blue cane. Okay, nothing important on the boss, but I do need that crystal. But this one's the fourth. And it's time to head up the mountain, I think. You know, keep Zora in the back of my mind, but hope to find flippers before going there so I can also check a few other things. I think one of these was a shop. Yeah, that's the bottom spike cave, or spiral cave. That's the bottom of a cave, no one ever goes in. Or at least the bottom that no one ever goes in of a cave. That's a very spot. I think this was the other end of Paradox Cave. Yeah. Okay, I think the shop was inside Paradox Cave. I'll check that on the way out instead of trying the bomb jump. Key. Piece of heart. There's the mirror. It's a convenient time to find it too, because I could do some Dark World checks and come back. Does it reset if you come back? Yeah, you need to leave the super tile entirely. Alright. That's just money. I'm going to hope not to need Turtle Rock. But it couldn't hurt to check what opens it. Bombos. Might as well do this while I'm up here. And check the first chest anyway. You got that already? In fact, you need to have gotten that to be able to get here. So completely useless int. take the key. Alright, silver arrows. As I recall, those cost more than regular, but they're also so much more effective that it's probably worth it. Especially when you have a lot of cash. Alright, so silver's worth getting. What to do is Spiral Cave, and then come up Bunny Cave. Little more money. Nothing to get excited about. Okay, so those are bomb bushes. I'd forgotten about that. Or no, I wanted to check the shop. Although I'm probably good on keys. But it couldn't hurt to get more. It's always nice to have extras. Didn't quite get that. Bombs. And a blue rupee. Did one of those just fall in a pit on its own? I suppose it's possible they're not too bright. That didn't quite work out. They go to Hera and then Spike Cave. Yeah, I forgot to grab the bottle. That's the whole reason I went down there. Okay, just some cash. Let's do that again and not miss the bottle. Tedrock seems to have not spawned. A bit odd, but I'll take it. Either that or it ran away. Big key. Problem is I can't be sure there's nothing in the basement. trying to get myself caught in the blocks for invincibility, and it didn't work. And I threw the boomerang too early to hit that when it became vulnerable. Yep. And it's just the compass. Okay. There we go. Now I have to push left, otherwise it'll get stuck. Why do that if I have the big key anyway? It's a little faster. And that's really all there is to it. Also, it's kind of fun. So I suppose there's that. Anyway, that was the Hera Pop Witch using the super speed method, which I'm a lot more comfortable than the bombs method. Also, it's a lot quicker, I think. Anyway, this guy. Everyone's favorite. Yeah. At least I only fell down one floor. Yeah, spin attack gives you more range and also makes it easier to hit the tail if the head's in the way. And just bombs. So it looks like nothing important in Tower of Hera. But I had to check. I suppose technically I didn't have to, but it feels better to have that out of the way. Okay, you can dash a little bit if you get the timing right. I've seen people do it before and also go farther than that. Okay, just money. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, be right back. Okay. So that's 2 pendants, 4 crystals. So we need all 7 crystals. Probably don't need the pendants. I still need the fire rod and the flippers, definitely. So I think it's time to do some light world or overworld mirror checks. Start with checkerboard. Wait, what am I doing? I want to go into the dark world so I can mirror back to the light world from the northeast corner of the desert. Or into the northeast corner. It's from the northeast corner of the swamp. That might be inside the rock. No, I'm good. I can never remember exactly where it is. 3 key. Wait, I've done all the light world dungeons. The graveyard ledge. Cave 45. Still haven't checked Zora. Are there any other dungeons I can do at the moment? I need the fire rod for Skullwoods, the flippers for ice, and also for swamp. I could technically do a significant amount of Turtle Rock, and it's entirely possible the fire rod is in there. Because it's not locking you out of getting further. Like it so often does. I mean, retro mode means it can't be locking you out. It's very often in the normal situations, there's the room to the right by the entrance where you have to use the fire rod to light torches while you're going around on the platform. And very often one of the keys you need to get any further will be in there. But because of retro mode, you can get keys anywhere you want. They're not a problem. Okay, so that's that. I can check Sick Kid. That's right. And he has bombs. Oh well. Anyway, I was going to check Cave 45. Then Bombos Tablet, I guess. Fire Rod cannot be on pedestal because Turtle Rock is a pendant and you need the Fire Rod to beat Trinix. Flippers, however, could be. Of course, I could always fake Flipper to get into, well, to get to Hobo, the Waterfall Cave, and the, yep, Ice Palace. Ice Palace could also have the Fire Rod, because Bombos is available. That could have gone better. At least I got a magic refill out of it. I was thinking I could start Swamp, but no, you need the flippers to get to even the first chest. I suppose that's nice, but it's not progression. Yeah, let's check Zora. It could be vanilla flippers. And with the gold sword, you can just hit these. But not the jellyfish for some reason. There's a key on the ledge, so that's not required. Nope, it's just a shield. So what else do we have? Honestly, there's a good chance there's something in Turtle Rock, but I prefer not to go into there if I can avoid it, so... I'm thinking fake flippers. Get that to work. Not quite close enough. That's too far. There we go. I'm usually pretty good at that, but it can take a few tries. Let's see what's on the island. It's the blue stick. So, kind of nice, but not necessary at all. Especially with the cape. Okay, the archer did not shoot. Yeah, somehow it can hit you from the bridge. It's a key. And not necessary, but kind of nice. There's a specific spot you have to jump from. There we go. Swimming bunny looks a little weird. In there. I need to come back out to be on foot. And also you need the moon pearl to be able to do this. Something about the way the checks go. I think what it is the game doesn't actually check your state when you're coming back to the overworld, unless you have the moon pearl, because there's something. The moon pearl is what causes you to reset to not being Bunny Link when you're in the dark world. Anyway, let's do Ice Palace. I would prefer to have the fire rod here, but it's absolutely not required. Okay. Knew that already. But thanks for sharing, I guess. Oh, big key. Very nice. Get in there. Alright, so I want to... That's right. No, not quite. There. There we go. Okay, you can go above 9 keys. That's good. I wasn't expecting it to be cats, but you never know. There's magic powder. So that opens up magic bat, which could have the fire rod. I think there's an angle where you can latch onto the block behind that. Yeah, I have the big key, so I can check this. And it's just the compass. Was it this spot? Yes. I hate ice. And a key. Oh, if nothing else, I should be good on keys for the rest of the game. And with the big key and the Canis Maria, I do not need to care about the state of the box. Oh, and a small key. But again, I have plenty of those now. That's plenty of magic. Without the fire rod, you need to do that, but... Ah. Spun too early. This is not a good fight, but... With this much health and armor, it doesn't matter that I'm doing it badly. It's kind of sad, really. It's the map. So unless Magic Bat has Fire Rod, that's a bust, as far as items go. Also, I'm kind of curious what the... Supply Fairy has if you are in Retro, because obviously it's not going to be an era capacity upgrade. But you still get Bomb Up, so that's something. Yeah, I still need Fire Rod and Flippers, and I need those to do either of the dungeons I'm missing. So it's looking more and more like one of them is going to be in Turtle Rock. Maybe even both. And Magic Bat gives us a shield. I guess blocking fireballs is nice, but it's definitely not progression. Yeah, I can't think of any other checks to do, so... Turtle Rock. I didn't get the hip speed. That's okay. Honestly, I probably should have gone further into the dungeon when I was there earlier, but I really didn't want to. Turns out it's required anyway, probably, unless I'm forgetting something, which is also possible. not to the room to the right without the fire rod. But with keys, you can come up here. Okay. There is a way to position your blocks so that it flips them and then flips them back while you're pushing the one you need to push and get the invincibility from that. But I can't remember how it gets set up. Probably you kick the block up between the two blocks so it hits one and then the other one after a delay when you explode it. And that's the wrong tunnel. This one. I am, of course, going to check lava chest. Alright. And it's just the map. I think the game expects you to continue on through the next tube, which takes you back to the previous room. But it's faster to backtrack this way. Okay, mirror over to Mimic Cave. Which I'm pretty sure is the last mirror check. And it's green goo. As I said a number of times about a number of things, that's nice to have, but it's not progression. And that is definitely not progression. There's the flippers. I'm going to keep going just in case the fire rod is also in here. It can't be on Trinix because you need the fire rod to kill Trinix, but it could be on Laser Bridge. Okay, turn that off too soon. Okay, so just the flippers in here. Oh, so I believe that means Pedestal is officially dead. So Fire Rod looks like has to be in Swamp or from something you get in Swamp. And there's Waterlog Bomb still sitting there. Which I'm most likely never going to get, because why? Interesting that that's a key, but it's probably just coincidence. Normally it would have to be. But Retro messes around with the key logic, as we've already observed. So I don't even need to grab this, really. Just some money. Yeah, don't have the big key yet. I can ignore that key because I have more than enough. Although really, I could probably skip left side for now, go to the bottom of the dungeon, and if I don't find the fire rod, then come back for this. But I'm already halfway there, so might as well finish it out. Okay, so just money. Still don't have the big key. So there's a possibility I'll need to come back for that. I have not yet learned to do diver down, so I can't do that glitch. And it doesn't save you all that much time anyway. Basically, the diver down glitch will let you jump down into here while the water is still high, which would allow you to skip the switch puzzle upstairs with the statue, and also not have to wait for the water to drain. Map. We're running out of places that fire rod could be. So it might be on the boss, or if this was one of the 5-6 crystals, it could also be in Pyramid Fairy. This is one of the laggier bosses. Alright, I'm out of magic. And there's the big key. So I guess I'll have to go back and check the chest. And I could skip it and hope Pyramid Fairy is the answer, but it's quicker to check this while I'm here, instead of having to potentially come back for it. Yep. Alright. We have the 5 and 6 crystals, so the jumbo bomb is now here. Take that to a pyramid, blow a hole in it, and there's 2 more items to check. Plus a bottle refill. So I'll probably release the bee and see what that has. It's a gold beat. And there's the fire rod. I have to go back to Light World before I can flute. So that should be go mode. Just need to finish Skull Woods, and then I can go up to Ganon's Tower, clear Ganon's Tower, and beat Ganon to win the game. At this point, there's no need to check anything, just beat the boss and go. Just a little shortcut you can take. Don't care about keys anymore. This is the easiest boss if it's not for the arena. There. And a B. Alright, I'm going to grab some potions before going up the mountain. Shouldn't need them, but... I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. Dead rocks. Everybody hates dead rocks. Wait. Cave is up here. And I don't have an official guessing game going here, but if you feel like guessing which chest the Ganon's Tower big key is going to be in, now's your chance. We'll start with Hope Room. And since keys are not an issue, might as well go full right. Skip tile room because no one wants to do tile room. Not quite what I was going for, but it works. Don't really need the key, but force of habit. Just bombs. So that was 2 chests in Harp Room, 4 on right side, so 6. 7 was a torch, those are 8 through 11. I thought I remembered that being there. This will be 12. Just money. There's a way to do this. That did not work. Yeah, let's just use bombs. That's how you're supposed to do that anyway. Didn't quite get that to work right. You can hop over that by doing that, and then run into it anyway because you're not lined up properly. Okay. Yeah, I've lost count again. Wait. Oh, let's just keep going. I meant to go through the ball wall to the 4 chests in what are called Rando Room. But as long as I'm here, might as well keep going this way. There is Bob the Mutant Anti-Fairy. There's the big key. Okay, so it's just as well I missed Rando Room. Yeah, like I mentioned, silver arrows are very expensive. I think that was 50 a pop. So make them count. Okay. That's dealt with. I don't need the pit stop room. Run to the gauntlet. Rainbow 2. That went pretty well. Could have been better, but good enough. Little bit of resupplying here. Alright, the wizard room. Boom. Super satisfying. quite get them all at once, but pretty close. Don't think I quite managed to do that before. Which is kind of odd, because it is pretty easy to do. Go. Let's wait for that to explode, grapple across. And some money. Off the bumper into the spike sand to kill. And now, Bunny vs. Wizard. Bunny vs. Wizard with Shadow Clones. Two hits. Yeah, this is ugly. Three. This is convenient. Oh, we managed to get one, though. There we go. And on to the Ganon fight. With 19 hearts, red mail, 2 blue potions, a vulnerability item, silver arrows, gold sword. This should be as close to a gimme as it gets. Okay, good. We're in phase 3. I thought that was enough hits. Oh, come on. Sometimes the sword hitbox is a little odd. And you do have to you do have to actually hit him for the jumps to happen. And you need the jumps to happen for the final phase of the battle to start. Yeah, missed. And this game. Well, technically that's game. You do need to actually cross the bridge to finish. If you manage to fall into the pit, Or otherwise, yeah, if you manage to fall into the pits before crossing the bridge, that resets the fight and you have to beat them all over again. And it has been known to happen, especially when people are grandstanding and try to dash across and get there right before it appears. Anyway, it's the usual ending sequence with the return of the king, which is actually the normal line there and not the randomized ones. And I think I've mentioned this before, it can also give names like the Two Towers and the Fellowship of the Ring. Vultures of the Desert. Sasroa had some strange, semi-random name. The bully makes a friend. They still don't look particularly friendly, but okay. Your uncle likes cash because he had money. Some shield for sale. Yep, found that out the hard way. I think they gave money for the mushroom, so there's that. Double Lumberman. Nothing of significance here. Cane Boy makes blocks again because the shovel dig spot had the cane of Samaria, which is a cane, and it makes blocks. Random Venus rickety line. This one is unchanged this time. The bomb holding kid held bombs rather than catching bugs, so yep. Yeah, Gary the old man. I'm not sure why he's Gary, but apparently he is. And Dancing Pickles. Yep. And at the end, the couch cash sleeps again, so there was just a little bit of money on the pedestal. Definitely not worth it. Not worth beating to. Definitely not beating Turtle Rock for. And the ending sequence. I do like what they do with the palette in the background. This is, of course, from the original game. It starts off red, then transitions into orange, yellow, green, into the normal light world type colors. The credits. I slowed down the fast forward at some point, and I forget why. I should probably put it back up a little higher than this. Anyway, I want to get to the end of this to see the summary statistics. I'm curious just how many items I picked up, because it felt like a lot. The item randomizer is, of course, the core of the rando. Entrance randomizer, not today. Enemy randomizer, also not today. Door randomizer is there, but you can't get to it through the web interface yet. Festive randomizer, not currently available. Various sprites. Funny sprite by the OK guy. Palette shuffler I didn't use. Website logo. I don't remember that credit, but okay. The website does have a logo, and someone must have made it. There's their Discord link. Here's the important stuff. First sword at 25 minutes, boots at 22. Flute just 6 minutes in, near hour and a half. One boss with a master sword, 5 tempered, 5 gold. Damage taken, magic used, bonks. Save and quits. No deaths, no failure files. We're pretty rich on health and armor pretty early on, so death's not really an issue. Okay, 187 out of 216 with a game according to the time of 2 hours and 38 minutes, give or take a few seconds. Never did find that last bottle. The blue cane was on Hylia Island, which I decided not to bother with the cave. And yeah, so that was a retro randomizer run. I think it went pretty well. I've learned a few new things about this. I didn't realize that the keys would be shuffled all over the world. I did know they were universal. I didn't know that they could be anywhere. So that makes it similar to Keysanity in the sense that you won't necessarily get the keys you need in a dungeon. You can get keys out in the wild. It also means that you don't have to worry about keys being where they would normally be required to be, like the first chest in Swamp Palace, for instance, because you can get keys elsewhere and bypass that. And it means that there can be things in Agahnim's tower, which normally both the chests in there normally have to be keys. So that's something else to keep in mind if you're doing retro, besides the whole arrow rupee situation, the universal keys, and the pick any caves. Yeah, so a little 4th of July special run of Link to the Past Randomizer, retro mode. This has been Airfelon. I'll be posting my usual Monday, Thursday videos this week and doing another 7 Cities of Gold live stream on Saturday. So if you're interested in any of those, feel free to like, subscribe, come back. And yep, for now, goodbye. Have a good day. Happy holiday.